Hello, welcome back to Halftime TV. Naranda Brown here, your host, and today we'll be doing a quick video assessing some of the breaking news that have basically surfaced in the past few hours. Now, I've always been someone that's against players becoming free agents, and there are a number of reasons, primarily because they've been holding the clubs hostage. Now, I think players running out their contracts, and we're seeing it time and time again. We're seeing it ever so often. The likes of Paul Pogba, the likes of Dybala, Angel Di Maria, all these big players becoming free agents. Antonio Rudiger of Chelsea, Andreas Christensen. They're running out their contracts to get the best possible deal that they can get for themselves and for their agents. Now, what this does, it leaves the parent club in a limbo, because then they don't get to sell you on. They can't earn anything from a sell-on clause or anything of that sort. And then the club that's acquiring the services, they get to save on what they'd normally pay for that player. And in fact, now they can turn that money into wages, or they can put it towards the wages that they generally pay for a player. Now, having said all of that, where am I heading to? Where's this conversation heading? We saw Antonio Rudiger. He said he wanted to stay at Chelsea, but because of the turmoil that happened with the sanctions and all of that, the decision wasn't made early enough, and then he had to move on to Real Madrid. Fine. Andreas Christensen, the same thing. Chelsea had put an offer on the table earlier that he had agreed to. Then he subsequently went against that, didn't want that anymore. Fine. He decided to move on. Now we've ended up at Kylian Mbappé. Now, Kylian Mbappé is I'd say the brightest young talent in world football right now. He's won everything that there is to win, except obviously the Champions League. And it was touted that he would go to Real Madrid, considering he has been a lifelong Real Madrid fan, huge fan of Cristiano Ronaldo, as most persons are aware. Wears the number 7 jersey at PSG in honor of his admiration of Cristiano Ronaldo. But at PSG, he's currently playing with Lionel Messi, and he wanted to be the center. He wanted to be the main man. With Lionel Messi, with Neymar, that was never going to be the case under normal circumstances. Kylian Mbappé, he could have gone to Real Madrid in January for £100 million. That's what Real Madrid offered. I think 100 million or 140 million pounds is what they offered in January, considering 6 months were left on his contract. PSG, they refused, they rejected the offer because they were confident that Kylian Mbappé would have renewed his contract. Now, leading into the end of Kylian Mbappe's contract decision, because I think his contract runs out early next week or something of the sort. Heading into that, Kylian Mbappe's wages were £410,000 per week, and he was the third highest paid player at PSG. Now, it is reported that Kylian Mbappé will be pocketing close to £1 million per week. You got that right, close to £1 million per week, right? And this is in a year where PSG reported close to 700 million euros through their fiscal year, and they're net deep 600 million euros in debt when it comes down to player wages. Now, are there any endorsements coming in? Where's all this money coming from to pay these player wages, considering a year where the club isn't generating enough money to suffice, to basically supplement all these expenses that they have? I'm pretty sure that will be looked into, and La Liga president Tebas has already mentioned it. He's thrown it out there, indicating that what PSG is doing is actually worse than the Super League. We'll be keeping a close watch on that, but I think players running out their contracts so they can hold clubs hostage for humongous wages is where football is heading, and I think it is a very, very dangerous it's a dangerous trek that we're taking. Paul Pogba, he will be signing for Juventus on a reported 7-8 million euros per year. We know Paul Pogba was one of Manchester United's highest paid players, ran out his contract as well. And again, we will continue to see instances like these. We will continue to see clubs acquiring the services of top players and in the end not getting anything back on those players, not getting any money back on their returns, not being allowed to sell these players on. And I think until the governing bodies that be intervene and put some legislation in place where players are not allowed to just walk away as they feel, or it is on the club, because now I think too much power is on the players. There are certain clubs that come the end of the season, they're losing 3, 4, 5 players, and then they're gonna have to go out into the transfer window to buy players again, and who knows, come 2, 3 years they'll need to rebuild again. And if we continue down this trajectory, I think most clubs will need to be rebuilding every 3 or 4 years, right? Because they're not getting the salary that they're waiting for, and they're holding the clubs hostage. The parent clubs are holding them hostage for humongous wages that sometimes the clubs just can't afford to pay. Well, sometimes they can afford to pay it, but if they pay it, they'll be setting a bad precedence. As I said, Kylian Mbappé will be earning close to £1 million, close to £1 million per week. Imagine, staggering. No Cristiano Ronaldo, no Lionel Messi. Erling Haaland recently made the move to Manchester City. It's reported that he will be earning close to what Kevin De Bruyne, the player of the year, will be earning, and that is what, £375,000 per week. And Kylian Mbappé now, so we're expecting, £900,000. What player is worth that? Let me know, guys. Let me know. I want to hear what you guys think on the topic, because I am definitely not for it. I think players running out their contracts and holding clubs hostage is a bad precedent to set, and in a number of years, who knows, we'll have a number of players who are out of contract, and then because they still have good quality, or because they still are quality players, then they'll be able to basically hold the game of football at ransom. But who knows? That's my opinion. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks to my sponsors, Quick Link Shipping, RA Sports Store, and CSA Shop, and to one of the biggest fans of Halftime TV, Austin McKenzie, over there in Brooklyn, New York. Miranda Brown here saying until next time, folks. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Peace out.